Hey.
JD, what kind of went into this one? How did it unfold as much as you can tell us?
We've had been interesting, like trade period has kind of been condensed with the draft. We've had both incoming and outgoing calls. Milwaukee's been looking for bullpen. Obviously, they made their move today. We've been hit on a number of our relievers. Felt like it's an area of some depth, and bullpen. Obviously, the last couple weeks have struggled a little bit. For the most part, these guys have done a tremendous job for us, and I really felt like we have some depth at AAA and a few other guys that we'd like to see. So we were open to to considering good baseball deals there, in that we felt like we could replace them with quality from within. And really, this was the deal that kind of made the most sense for us. The different things that we're looking at. First off, I think I want to wish the best to Matt and Claire in Milwaukee. I mean, Matt's story is well documented. But I really think in a lot of ways, I think he's been inspirational in kind of what he's, how he's turned his life around, and husband, father, and outstanding pitcher, and put himself on the map to where he was asked about by several teams. He's in his mid-30s, but he's kind of baseball young in that respect, and he's throwing as well as any back-end guy in the game right now. So that was something that we weighed. Ultimately, we got in Antoine Kelly, a left-handed pitcher that we think is a really bright future ahead of him. He's at high A there for Milwaukee. We're going to send him to double A here. I think he's got a 3-pitch mix should allow him to start. He's very well regarded by our scouts, by our R&D group, by everybody. We've heard tremendous things about him as a person. Very intelligent, very driven, and excited to see what he can do. And Mark Matthias is quality players can come in. He's going to go to Round Rock and play a bunch of different positions, and go into the mix there, and potentially get a shot here down the line.
I know those conversations are never easy, but when you do have a relationship with a player that you had with Matt Bush, how did he handle it? This is kind of a foreign territory for him.
Yeah, so as is the nature of these things, we know you guys are all so good at what you do now. We know we don't have long to before it gets out. So we pulled Matt in probably about the 8th inning and let him know. We want him to hear from us. Obviously, hopefully we're able to get to him so he could call Claire before she sees it on social media and whatnot. And I think he was still processing. I mean, he was very appreciative of the opportunities and how things have played out here. I think he's been really comfortable here. Yeah, we told him it was bittersweet. I mean, it really on a variety of levels, but really happy for him and the opportunity, and he was highly sought after.
I'm curious about Matthias. You guys have a lot of infield depth, especially up middle. What drew you to him, and why?
I think really good baseball player, versatile, really good approach, excellent makeup, and that was kind of our interest. Things have a funny way of playing out, so he'll go down there and want to get his feet wet and get comfortable, and then we'll see where it goes from there.
On Antoine, obviously 2020 with pandemic, and then he had the thoracic outlet surgery. I guess how much upside do you guys see with him, and I guess maybe what kind of track do you, obviously he's not here yet, but do you envision for a guy like that?
Yeah, so you said he's not here. We want to be able to sit down and talk with him and our development folks and be able to see what where his head is. But from a one step removed, with our scouts and watching him on video and all the work that we've done, 3-pitch lefty, 6'5", a little bit of a lower slot, tough angle for the hitters, mid to upper 90s velocity, fastball really gets on guys, slider, changeup. We liked him as an amateur, 2nd round pick. you know, I think he went to the alt site there for them, and in 20 had the thoracic outlet surgery there in the fall. Came back kind of middle to later last year, just given it was a later surgery in the fall of 20. Threw pretty well, and then has been outstanding there in A-ball this year. I think the nature of these things, I think teams that are kind of know that they might trade their prospects off. A lot of times you don't see guys get promoted. My guess is if they, they hadn't thought there was some chance that he could get asked about, they might have promoted him a little bit ago. But we're going to send him to AA and see what he can do.
Okay, thanks.